In a few hours, we're going to have a new president. President Trump's going to be reelected. And for those people that think that I speak too much about politics or care too much about politics, if you read the book of Genesis, you'll realize why I care so much about politics. Christianity and world politics go hand in hand. You can't divide them. You can't separate them. If you read the book of Genesis, you'll realize that politics and Christianity go hand in hand. Everything that you need to know about what's coming, what's happening, it's all in the Bible. And just to bring it into perspective, Jesus was killed and murdered by the government in power at that time. So this is why I care about politics. This is why I talk a lot about politics, because I care about my religion. I care about what God is doing in the world. And I actually thought that President Trump was going to make it. I knew they were going to kill him. I told a lot of people they were going to try to kill him. It was pretty obvious. The three-letter agencies cannot have a president that wants to stop endless wars, wanted to stop all the corruption that was happening in the United States and around the world. And the industrial complex did not win that day. God won that day by protecting him. Everyone knows that it was by the hand of God that he was not murdered. And I thought they were going to steal it from him like they did the last 4 years, but God had other plans. It was just too big to rig. And also a lot of people woke up. You have people seeking more of God this time around. People were, especially young men, were seeking more of Scripture, seeking more of what God has to say. I think a lot of the podcasts that were being broadcasted and showing their stuff kind of woke people up. And so I think the last 4 years that we were living under Biden kind of enlightened people. People were seeking the Lord. And also there was a lot of people that didn't like what the cartel was doing. There's 65,000 Latin American children being sex exploited throughout our country right now that have gone missing. And a lot of Hispanics don't like that. I mean, think about it. Our children are being raped, violated, all by the open border policy that the Biden administration brought. And if you look at the people that voted for Trump, they were all border countries or counties. They voted for Trump to stop this evil act, not to stop immigration, not to give people hope, but to stop the evilness that comes from the cartels that the Biden administration gave endless amount of power. And I have my thoughts that I believe they go hand in hand with them too. I'm sure they get back in deals for keeping that border open. But since Trump can't be bought, he doesn't care about money. He has money. He's going to close that border and protect our children. Then you have these endless wars that we have. I think a lot of people in the military are tired of seeing their children go to war. I do not want my children to go to war, not for these stupid reasons. I think wars are a rich man's game, which the middle class and the poor families suffer. We're thinking that we're going there to be heroic, and we do. I mean, people join the military to be heroic, to protect their families. But at the end of the day, people are not going there to protect their families. They're going there to protect the global industrial complex. Just make more bombs and waste American taxpayers, just like they give to Ukraine $160 billion for no reason. And then you got here these fires in Hawaii, North Carolina, and now in California. What do they get, $750? They couldn't end homelessness with only $24 billion. But here you go, $160 billion for the global industrial complex. And lastly, my friends, I do hope that we enter into the golden age of America. I hope that the global industrial complex cannot win this time around. I hope that God protects Trump and everyone that's going to be in his cabinet. I do pray that every single person that is in charge of their departments seeks God, knows God, and I ask for every Christian to pray for President Trump, pray for every single person that's going to be in power over those agencies to bring a golden age of America here. And I also pray that we don't get brainwashed into another war. I think my thought, and again, this is just, I'm not a prophet. I've been reading news articles, and I know this is how the three-letter agencies release this information, that Iranian immigrants are here in this country, and somehow they already brought in fake dirty bombs or aircraft carrier missiles. I honestly think that they're going to blame Iran. They're going to attempt to kill President Trump, blame Iran, and then we're going to go to war with Iran. And here we go. Global industrial complexes said they're going to brainwash a lot of diehard Republicans and people that support President Trump into thinking that they actually killed him. They're going to show the passport of a missing, a passport from a plane or some sort that they found that it was actually an Iranian or some sort, and get us back into war. So I pray that that does not happen. I pray for the golden years of America to take place, and for every single person that did not vote for Trump, I just pray that you guys wake up, man, and realize that America first is not an evil agenda. America first means you first. It means your family first here in America, and it means that you have the right to prosperity. You're allowed to accomplish your American dream. Just work for it. It's open. So again, Godspeed. In the next couple of days, we're going to see what these 200 executive orders bring to America. And I think you should invest in the American stock market if you haven't. I think it's going to be a good, prosperous time for all of us. Godspeed, my friends, and let's keep praying for President Trump and for every single person in his cabinet. And I'll continue to pray for your families and also for you if you're not a believer.